Good morning. This is my bariatric blog. Um, Everything seems to be going pretty well. Weight seems to be dropping and everything. Um, and like I said, I don't really post these videos to, say you need to do this or you need to do that. But I think the benefit of being able to regain your life is amazing. Um, Being able to shower without having assistance and things like that is amazing. Being able to bend over and pick up things that you hadn't been able to pick up in 8 years or 10 years is amazing. So if you're 24, 34, 44, or 54, or whatever age you find yourself at, and you look at your life and you realize that maybe you need to consider about losing weight, and you've tried I've tried every diet in the world. Some has been effective, but in the long run, what I've ended up doing is the weight that I've lost, I've increased it after I started eating again. I am blessed to have, and I'll say this, a distinguished Hoosier that actually helps me with my weight. Constantly is like, no, you shouldn't be eating this, or let's eat this instead of that. He's constantly on my butter, about my butter and everything, which is a good thing, because you can have a little pat of butter, but I guess sometimes I like to eat rice, and rice is a carb, and I really need to get away from that. I eat brown rice. I really need to start adjusting the portion controls. You really need to adjust your portion controls. They gave us that thing. It's called the portion plate right here. And this would be a half a scoop, the ice cream. 3 ounces of poultry would be a deck of cards. A small yo-yo is equal to a mini bagel. Then you got a checkbook, 3 ounces of fish. You got a tennis ball, a piece of fruit. You got a mouse clicker for your computer, a baked potato. And if you're going to have a baked potato, go all the way with a sweet potato. I learned that. One thing that I can say about Daniel is he really researches nutrition. And I'll be honest with you, he's done amazing, when you have issues with me, and it's no big secret. Like I said, I was 538 pounds at one time. So when I weighed myself, and let me finish before I get off. Okay, this is a CD is one pancake. But now, you see, all this doesn't mean you need to have all this on your plate at one time. So let's put this aside. So I will go through, here is my weight progress sheet. This is what I keep right here. So my highest weight when I weighed in on 7/25/23, 65 inches, so I'm 5'5", I was 498.4 pounds. On 11/16, which was Thursday, I weighed in at 453.4. I guess I've really never wanted to do anything as much as I want to succeed on this. And to see even, I've had peaks and valleys. So at one moment you'll have where you lose 10 pounds. And then the next week you come back and you lose 3 pounds. and then you come back and you lose 5 pounds, and then you're back down. But you need to be consistent, just like on what you eat. I eat a certain diet most of the time. I am not one of those people that can have like 6 small meals, even though that's what they recommend. So I have a piece of peanut butter toast, a half a cup of oatmeal, and coffee or tea. I love drinking peppermint tea with my peanut butter toast, and I'll have once in a while, if I'm extra hungry, I'll have a Slim Fast. I need to get Slim Fast. That's for diabetics because I'm diabetic, and all that affects everything. Daniel just had his varicose vein surgery, and he was remarking last night how that his legs still bothered him. And I said, well, it's because you're diabetic. So he is going into his 48th year. I can't believe 48. He'll be 48. And he's plagued with these problems. But I mean, it's not something that, he's not heavy, but it's something that's, inherited. His genes. So I just also wanted to key you in on what I'm having done. So if everything goes like it is going to be, I will have what is called the Dudial switch. And it is kind of a gnarly surgery, but I'll read it to you. It says there are several reasons why this operation works. 1, it reduces the size of the stomach, the sleeve portion. Patients feel full with smaller amounts of food. And that's true. Hormonal changes suppresses the appetite to decrease calorie intake. That's important. You need to do that because hormones does increase where you want to eat. Bypass intestines cut back on how many calories your body is able to absorb. Average weight loss, 80%. So if that's the case, 80%, I'm not a math whiz here. Okay, so if I'm, 453. So 100% would be, what, 153? Something like that. But actually it would be like 173 if 80%. If I'm wrong, just, clue me in and say, hello, you got the math wrong. But that 80%. Okay. Dr. Sloan is going to be my doctor that does the surgery, but Dr. Jaggi, Kanika Jaggi, is, she don't mess around. She lays it out. She tells you exactly how it's going to be. If you like it, fine. If you don't, well, that's okay by her too. But it's her rules. You follow them or you get the hell out of Dodge. But the advantages results in greater weight loss than gastric bypass, sleeve, gastronomy at 5-year follow-up appointment. So 5 years from the time I have my surgery, which is supposed to be December 18th. We're going to try to make that, period. It allows the patient to eventually eat near normal meals. I don't need to eat a near normal meal for me because my eating of a near normal meal would be 3 double cheeseburgers or 5 double cheeseburgers with 2 large French fries and a nice syrupy Coca-Cola. Nah. What Daniel's done is he's taken the best out of diets, but the good diets. We're talking about the Mediterranean diet. He's incorporated that in what we eat, and he does an amazing job. And one reason I want to do this video blog for bariatrics is we would like to put together my progress, what I done, and hopefully, it'll help all of you. And what we'd like to do is actually put a book out eventually. And like I said, eventually I'm going to put pictures up and things such as that would be beneficial so you can see just how big I am. I'm a big boy. Okay, case in point. The other day, I was coming back from my being weighed in, and my Jazzy, which I just got now, mind you, stopped in the middle of Broadway and Barry here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It is embarrassing, but at least I was able to get up a little bit better than what I was. But I had to get pushed back, so back to where I live. Thank God it was only 3 blocks from my house. But I had an amazing group here at the Edsel House. Bob Burnett, Debbie, Annie Kern, and of course Daniel, that helped me back to the house. Like I said, it's not something that I am happy to admit, but it's something that happened. But it would have happened had I allowed myself to be as big as I am. Because I was on medication called Iamin back in the early part of millennium, like 2003, 2004, maybe a little bit later than that. I remember I had a beautiful garden at my house. It was a vegetable garden, and it kept making me fall over. And ever since then, I have had serious issues with being able to keep my balance and everything. So walking is something I need to do, but I think I'm going to always probably use a walker because of the mobility issue. But I guess today, on this beautiful November chilly day here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, I just want to impart the blessings that I'm given to all of you. Not that I have a lot of blessings, but you count each one of them as a major blessing. Because, we could be living in war-torn lands where people don't have the advantages that we have. But what we need to do is you take each day and you wake up, and sometimes you don't feel good. Sometimes I don't even feel like taking a bath. Sometimes I don't even feel like doing this. Sometimes I don't feel like doing that. And I can be grouchy and bitchy, which is not good. But you take each day as it comes. You assess it. You realize, and what really makes me really happy is the fact that I look around, and the only thing I've been able to enjoy for 4 years, come the 19th of November, a couple days from now. Oh my God, tomorrow we signed the lease 4 years ago on this apartment. And so I could probably count maybe twice on my hands how many times I've been out in 4 years. I don't get out very much. Not because I'm ashamed of myself, which in some ways I am, because I allowed myself to get like this. But I think if you have that mentality, then I think you're going to be self-defeating. And I think you just need to say, this is something that I can do. This is something I can work on. This is something that isn't something that's going to pigeonhole me in the corner, and I'm not going to succeed. Because if you continue to have that attitude, you will continue to be as big as me. Because something, I'm not telling you something that I've not already thought and done. Definitely. Don't look at yourself as somebody now. Envision in your mind that new you. But also, when you do it, don't envision you're going to be sexy and all this other stuff. Envision in reality what it's like. It's going to take a lot of work. you know, and you know, I am I guess in a way a person can have they can be sort of lazy in a way. So, you know, I'm saying that for myself. You know, each of you, you know, I don't, like my mom always said, when you point a finger, there's three fingers and a thumb pointing back at you. And she had that wisdom, and she was correct. So I've been talking to you for about 15 minutes now. So it's probably time for me to close out. But anyway, I wanted to let you know, and I'll put a picture of his award up there so you can see it. And I'm very proud of him. But he is not only is he smart and intelligent, but he is also a master when it comes to the nutrition and things like that. I wouldn't succeed if it had not been for him. So at this, I'm going to leave you, my friends, with this video blog and let you know that I love each of you. I pray for each of you, whoever you are, wherever you're at, whatever country you're in. And you need to realize that this is temporary. But if you want to make a difference, you can do it. Don't let nothing stand in your way. Nothing. Nothing. Period. You know, I'm an artist, and I buy out the opportune time to sit down and finish my work. I'm on a crunch time. I've got 2 paintings that's going to be due Christmas. And you can go to my site if you want to look it up. It's the Recluse .com and www.therecluse.com if you want to look at it. But that's some of my art. I'll put some of my art up here. That's what I do. That's what I've done. That's what I've done with my time over these past 8 years, literally, that I've been really, really disabled. And you know something, it sucks. You know, it sucks having somebody to push you in this big gargantuan scooter back into your apartment because you cannot get your butt up and walk. But unfortunately, that's how it was for me. And it you know, like I said, it's something that we have to do it. It's a journey each of us must take. And the decisions that you make, you know, I don't want to die. That's it. You know, you just don't want to die. And you have to decide for yourself that you don't need to pick up that piece of chip. I have a major craving for potato chips. You don't need to eat a whole bag. You don't need to eat that honey bun. You don't need to kill yourself, literally. You know, because that's what you're doing. And I guess, you know, the other day it was kind of sobering because I went and I signed up for my niche. You know, I'm going to be cremated. So, I looked out over the cemetery and I seen so many graves. And you wonder what has taken that person from the vibrance of life to death, literally. Whether it be obesity, genes, drugs, alcohol, unforeseen circumstances that befall us all. You know, those are the things that you wonder about. And you realize when you look out at the beautiful sun-kissed day here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, you realize what's important. The one you love, your animals, your family, and what's more importantly, you got to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you might as well throw everything out the window. But I'm happy to say that I'm getting back to that point. So I tell you what, I'm going to bid you a good Saturday. And this is the end of vlog 2. I love you guys. Bye-bye.